This is Jeff Romney, longtime friend, great physical advocate in his late 50s. You know, when we first discussed several years ago pro-arginine, you really put me to the test on whether or not nitric oxide was the real deal. And then you did your homework and you determined that it was really important.
Well, let me just say this. When you brought nitric oxide to me, I was so regimented, and my routine was so, I know all of my times, I know my energy levels, I know how I feel, I don't get sick, I knew what supplements I was on, what ones I would never be on again, I knew what worked, so I really didn't need anything else because I thought I was at the top of my game. And you did a non-invasive test that determined that I was my working resting heart rate, not my resting heart rate. My working, how hard my heart worked while it rested, was that of about a 50-year-old man. 3 months later, and I was on every day. I only did it once a day, by the way. I did not do it twice a day. I was that of a 27-year-old man. During that 3-month period is where I had the decrease in my times that I'd run for 14 years. Same house, same courses, both running and biking. I'd increased my pull-ups because I was on a plateau for years. I couldn't get off this plateau. They went up immediately. And of course the byproduct is
a better intimate relationship.
Unmentionable, but yes. When I go on Cardio Miracle, I actually can feel the difference between that and the L-arginine product that I was been on for 4.5 years. And that, I can tell you, people say, well, how do you tell the difference? First off, I'm very regimented in my routines. So every day I do a cardiovascular, flexibility, and a strength training. I have not missed since I was 17. I've missed more than 3 days in a row twice. I know my body. I have personal goals. I have personal fitness goals. I have things that I run, I bike, I play basketball still, and I lift weights and I do pull-ups. So this year I broke my pull-up record, which I set 10 years ago. And I set that record 10 years ago, and I didn't break that before. It took 10 years to do that. But I didn't think I'd ever break it again.
And how long had you been on the Cardio Miracle when you broke the record? I think it was just a couple of weeks.
No. The couple of weeks when I got on was I broke my biking record up to the top of the mountain and my running record, which is my average time per mile, came down in 3.5, 4 weeks. By 3 months, I noticed a 5-minute difference. We're talking about the same course I've done for 14 years. 14 years. Let me tell you a funny thing, and my wife will probably shoot me. But to make a long story short, one of the simple byproducts of being on this, and I noticed this by changing from pro-arginine to Cardio Miracle. When I came back on my Cardio Miracle, my libido was absolutely affected for the
better.
Yes, and
that's a good thing.
But it's a great thing. And then from there,
because your wife's a little younger than you, even though you look so young. She's a little bit younger than you.
She's only 15 years younger, but she can't keep up with me on any level, but let alone that level. But the pro-arginine, I didn't really realize. I'd been on it now for a month and a half, trying to go through all my boxes. And I came back on the last of my Cardio Miracle, and within 2-3 days, I noticed a difference. So, there is a difference in the formulations. And formulations really, I've probably tried 6 products now. And some of them I can't even palate. They don't taste good to my body. Other ones, I noticed a couple were too expensive, and I don't think they had the ingredients because I compared the percentages of the ingredients and what they had. For the money, I don't think there's any product better. I've researched this now for years because I want to get it as inexpensive as I can and get the highest quality. And the other thing is, I like the fact that I like the flavor. I like the beetroot they've added, and I like the I like the actual texture. I like the flavor of it. I like how it goes down.
It's the natural organic powders actually have a health drink type of feel to nourish the cells. People have noticed that they feel like they're getting a whole food in addition to the nitric oxide effect.
Love it. There you go. Jeffrey J. over and out.
Thank you very much. You've heard it straight from one of the great physical specimens in his 50s that I know of, from Mr. Romney himself, a very successful businessman who has no vested interest in what he's just said other than truth. Thank you very much, Jeff, for sharing those thoughts with us.